My name is Chris, and alongside me is Wolf. We are going to have the second match of the night. It's going to be Team Infinite going up against Azubu Taipei Assassins, and we will jump straight into Champion Select as both teams are already in the lobby with some of the bands already. And we do have Gragas, Shen, and Zed being banned out on the side of Team Infinite, and on the side of Taipei Assassins, Elise, Annie, and Vayne being banned out, interestingly. We do see BB in the last game with a dominating performance. Not too sure why they decided to, take it out of action this time around, but, they do have some kind of rationale behind it. And this time around, Team Infinite having the Renekton once again.
Yeah, the Vayne ban is very interesting because in Infinite's previous games, I do not remember them picking Vayne at all. Maybe it was banned all the time and therefore the trend kind of continues. But the Renekton first pick from Infinite, very strong pick as we said already. Renekton has one of the highest win rates so far in the GPL. And I think that trend is going to continue depending on which team wins tonight.
That's right. So this time around, Taipei Assassins, they might be getting their hands on the Cougar this time around with the Nidalee pick. And it's quite interesting because they have ran that composition once in the Garena Premier League. And
yeah, with BB.
That's right. So
BB's hands were on Nidalee.
His okay.
There was no innuendo. Don't think of anything dirty, Chris.
Okay, fine. Fair, I'll give it to you, but
Jeez.
Well, you have to remember, Nidalee, it could still go into the hands of Morning and even Archie. We have not, it's not too new to see a Nidalee in the top lane or in the mid lane, as a matter of fact. So that's kind of a really flexible pick for them. So I'm really interested to see where this Nidalee goes into.
Yeah, and I don't know about the picks coming in on the side of Infinite, but the Ezreal and the Vi pick is not going to be a surprise because they have consistently picked these two champions in their team compositions, and so far it hasn't really worked out, but it seems that they are rather comfortable on these champions.
That's right, and you do have Vi, this guaranteed kill level 6 potential from this champion, and I like what Infinite has in store for them. And I think they will pretty much like to secure victory, given the sense that they haven't been doing all too well just of yet. And it does look like Firefox once again gonna be picking up Ahri.
How excited are you for Popstar Ahri?
I don't know, man. It looks fabulous, and we all know which idol.
Please explain.
Yeah.
Please explain.
You do realize that the entire outfit of Popstar Ahri is modeled after one of the Korean pop groups.
Oh, really? Which pop group?
Well, I think everyone should know.
Come on, don't be shy. I know you love them.
No.
Please.
No, this is the wrong moment, okay? But, okay, at this point of time, we don't know whether Infinite will be... Firefox will be going for the Firefox Ahri as we have seen in action. And something to talk about Ahri, you want to introduce the changes coming in the 3.13?
The 3.13 changes kind of shifted some of the power and balance into the E skill of Ahri, which is the Charm. And landing the Charm increases the magic damage that Ahri actually deals towards the target. So landing the Charm is one of the most essential parts of the Ahri pick right now. And overall, the damage still kind of tethers to... Some people might call it a nerf, but a lot still feel that after you land that Charm, the amount of damage that Ahri still is able to output is, pretty much the same.
You know why I'm smiling from cheek to cheek now?
Why?
Because I'm looking at Taipei Assassins, their lineup is just so special. Their picks can literally go into any lanes. You can't really predict where they are going.
You know why else it's special? It's all kind of green.
It's all kind of green. I don't know, what do you call Riven green?
I don't know. If she uses the Exalt Riven, no, is it the what? Oh my goodness, what is it called? The one with the cool cloak.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that skin.
I think
skin name is called. Exalt Riven. Oh god, please enlighten us somehow, viewers. Jeez.
Right, you might have that championship Riven as well. Then she goes all blue.
Oh come on, just green all the way. Green for the win.
And right now, Infinite hovering over the... I thought for a moment they were going to go for the cow.
Old school Alistar. Don't grab the bull by its horns.
Yeah, but if they had that Alistar picked up, then their lineup would be kind of like Animal Farm. They have the alligator, they have the fox, and the cow as well. But this time around, they decided to go with Thresh. And having a Thresh and Graves in the bottom lane, it's quite a burst-heavy, combo duel as well.
In your face.
Yeah, in your face.
In your face.
Everything is just go all in and just...
Everyone on that team is in your face.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Renekton, Vi, Ahri, Thresh, and Graves, all in your face. And yay, Ziggs. Go, Ziggs.
Right, I will be quite interested if they do go for the Ziggs.
Wait, I'm looking. Did Ziggs actually get a buff somewhere in this patch?
Yeah,
because I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
His explosive minefields now kind of is able to clear the minions and the... Oh no.
It's Ziggs.
Yay.
It's Ziggs. Yes,
Yay.
Ziggs.
BB's gonna play Ziggs.
Oh, is it gonna be 86?
Wait, is it? No,
we don't know.
okay, the timer hasn't run. Okay, wait, it is not gonna be 86. What are you talking about? It's gonna be AP Ziggs played by BB.
Well, we do. Okay, fine, fair enough. We do see some ASAP as soon as not as soon as possible. Attack speed, attack power, ability power. This champion's being played in the bottom lane. Namely, SGS Choi has been playing Teemo down at the bottom lane.
Yeah.
So, not too surprising if we do have BB going with a similar kind of concept into the bottom lane. And having that Ziggs as well, oh my, it's just so exciting to see Ziggs again.
It's gonna be all green if he uses the chemist skin for Ziggs.
Yeah, the Mad Chemist.
Yeah,
so.
chemist Ziggs.
And the good thing about having Ziggs as well is, having that the bomb to just spread everyone away and kind of just negating out all this in your face potential from coming in.
You have to say in your face.
Yeah, in your face. For infinite. In your
goodness.
Face. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, we are going into the game, and it does look like it's gonna be BB on that Ziggs, and Archie gonna be up in the top lane with that Nidalee pick.
Are they training BB to play AP carry?
I have no idea, but you have to remember before all this roster swaps coming in from Taipei Assassins, before they acquired Morning, he was the one playing mid for Taipei Assassins for an extended period of time. So he definitely has his hands on some of this AP mage champions as well. So he might have used Ziggs back in some secret training.
Yeah, possibly.
Just dropping the bomb.
Dropping D-bomb.
Dropping the bomb on this match.
Do you know the burst potential coming in from the side of Azubu Taipei Assassins is pretty insane? Ziggs with extreme amount of burst, Riven with extreme amount of AD burst. I mean, yes, she comes out from the jungle and may not have the items to deal as much damage as a top lane Riven or mid lane Riven, but still, extreme AD burst.
Yep.
Nidalee, if it's a AP Nidalee, extreme AP poke.
Yep.
And an extreme initiation coming in from Morning. So extreme.
Everything's so extreme from Taipei Assassins.
Yes.
The extreme assassins.
The extreme assassins.
Extreme assassins.
Jeez.
And the thing I like about this team composition as well is they now have Dinter playing Riven in the jungle, and having this Riven in the jungle, you have all this mobility as well. You can jump over walls with the broken wings, and you can dash out of safety as well. And having that all this small little utility spells coming in for your team is gonna assist you with this ganks also prominently.
Yeah, like you said, the mobility coming in from Riven will allow the ganks to be a little bit harder to predict. But on the side of Team Infinite, we have pretty good kite coming in from all the laners. And it's not going to be easy for Riven to actually close the gap and score a gank on them. And the initiation coming in on the side of Team Infinite is, I would say, pretty decent. Because if Ahri manages to land a charm on a single target such as Ziggs, Fiddlesticks, even Nidalee, the burst potential coming in from Ahri is definitely going to destroy anyone instantly, especially if she picks up a Deathfire Grasp. And not forgetting the Vi pickup, the Assault and Battery coming in once Vi hits level 6 will allow Ahri to land that charm easily and pull off that burst combo simply.
So, and on paper as well, like you were mentioning earlier, they do have all this ganking potential coming in with that Vi pick. And what I also like is that every single one of their laners kind of just synergizes with this Vi pick. If Vi manages to pick anyone off with the Assault and Battery, all the laners somehow have some kind of follow-up onto that. Renekton can go in with the stun, just lock that person down into place. Ahri as well, we have this very famous Ahri and Vi level 6 combination. You land a Assault Battery, go in with the charm, burst that damage down. And meanwhile, at the bottom lane, they do have that Thresh, like you mentioned earlier. So Assault and Battery, go in with the Death Sentence, and then boom, in your face, all in. Take that person down. So a really strong pick composition coming in from Team Infinite, but at the same time, on the side of Taipei Assassins, with the extreme team composition.
Extreme burst, extreme initiation, extreme poke. They can
And
do
extreme, split pushing as well. You have to remember that having that Nidalee and Riven, all these champions have the ability to split push as fast as any other, one of the stronger split pushing champions in the game. And Nidalee as well, top tier split pusher.
But will you be worried about the Azubu Taipei Assassins' siege potential coming into this game, because they do not have an AD carry, and so far it seems that it has kind of worked out for them because they have had Nidalee as an AP carry, still being able to deal, extreme amounts of damage to the turrets.
Well, it definitely has to kind of be Team Infinite's call. If they, kind of just watch the last game and they manage to pick some lessons up, it is that if they go for a 3-man rotation, they have to punish them for it. Go in, make sure they pick someone off, and then, just counter push, get some objectives out of there, and then, just push in all, and you have to go in constantly for this aggressive plays. And they do have the capabilities as well, coming in with their picks. So it's going to be up to them to kind of control this momentum.
Yeah, and we may see a Bruiser Nidalee coming out from Archie on the side of the Azubu Taipei Assassins. And they are level 1, it seems that the Taipei Assassins are going in for the red buff invade. And let's just see how this, warding or early level warding actually, plays out.
That's right, and I kind of like what Azubu Taipei is doing. They are just going in for this deep ward and then just moving out of there. It's quite important for them to secure some good leashes for Dinter, because he is not a superb jungler if he doesn't get that early game leash.
Yeah, and it seems that Azubu Taipei Assassins kind of predict where the movement on the side of Infinite is coming, and I wonder if they will actually meet up in the level 1 jungle.
That's right. If they do go for a level 1, I would give all this advantage to Team Infinite. As I always say, any team with a Blitzcrank or a Thresh at level 1 is just so devastating, but at this point of time, they have just walked past a ward that's placed down by the Taipei Assassins earlier, so the Assassins will be able to spot out the actions and the movements coming in from Infinite. And it does look like TPA now wants to go for an early blue invade.
Yeah, they really want to force this invade coming in, and the blue buff has spawned, and it seems that we may just get a level 1 fight, or is Team Infinite we have Zac actually charging up his slingshot.
There we go, the slingshot not hitting anyone at all, but now Firefox taking a ton of damage, and it does look like Archie will pick that kill for himself with that javelin, just finishing off the kill, and now Insta with that smite, just taking it back for himself, but nevertheless, that invade came in with a first blood onto Firefox, and that's going to snowball Archie ahead in this top lane.
Yeah, and the assist coming in for 3 of the 5 members on the side of the Azubu Taipei Assassins is definitely going to give them that little bit extra gold to help them with extra warding, or maybe a few pots to allow them to sustain in the laning phase.
Right, so we do have Archie now going up with Posh Cup. And what is the answer to such a ruthless and reckless tanky top laner is, you might want to go in for some pokes, but he has to be careful as well. Posh Cup already hitting level 2 and going in with some damage. So in exchange, both top laners at about half health, and now Morning actually having that lane rotation going down into the bottom lane. So Azubu Taipei Assassin probably picking this composition of the Sisters team background with that 1-2-1 formation.
Yeah, but the difference here is that BB playing an AP carry is gonna be laning in the mid lane with Fiddlesticks on with Jay on Fiddlesticks, and it seems that he whoa, the charm kind of misses.
Oh, and once now BB in a bit of trouble, and the exhaust has to be popped now. Insta, he is going quite low, but at the same time Firefox putting all this damage onto BB, and it does look like he will kind of, save himself from embarrassment for what happened at level 1 and secure 1 kill for himself. And now Poshka going on the aggressive onto Archie and now securing his, temporary advantage up in this top lane.
Yeah, and that was a very good play coming in for Firefox. He knew the damage that BB was able to output. The cooldowns on the level 2 Zig is not one of the best, and Morning taking so much damage here in the bottom lane. And he really used the advantages on the champion Ari to basically to pick up that kill.
Right, so it is kind of a sticky situation for the Assassins at this early game because you have this 1-2-1 in the mid lane. What you want to do typically is to control the mid laner, but they kind of just gave it away. They gave Firefox 1 kill that just negates out all this strategy coming into this early levels, and the entire squad of Taipei Assassins will lose out if they continue to take all this objective damage. And Archie as well, taking all this damage from Posh Cup up in the top lane because Archie is mana dependent. If Posh Cup manages to land a few good spells in, then he will definitely come out hit.
Yeah, and the amount of mana that Archie has left is not a lot, and this is gonna kind of hinder Archie in his sustain in the top lane. Even though he has a Doran, he can kind of auto attack to gain some health back, and the amount of damage being put out by Morning and that hook just missing on that,
just
skirting the
brushing
side.
past the face of Morning there, and now Posh Cup once again maintaining his dominance up in the top lane, but Archie not doing too bad for himself, making use of that auto attack range to just take down as many minions as he can.
Yeah, it's staying even on minions, and I think that after this wave kind of clears for Archie, he might come ahead in terms of minion score.
Right, and I like what he is quickly adapting to the situation, so sending Jay down to the bottom lane to help Morning deal with this duo of Su as well as Zera, so he will be able to kind of just hold his ground just a little further ahead. And now Dinter on the side, just choking it out with Insta up in the top lane. And we do see now kind of a standard play style with a 1-1-2, but we do see now Dinter gonna go back into the jungle and farm.
Yeah, and the skin that we were talking about on the Riven is actually the redeemed Riven skin. So
redeemed Riven.
Yeah. So kind of going with the green trend, but everyone else doesn't seem to be picking up on that. So yeah, I don't like BB. I don't like Morning for it.
He's not too green.
No, not at all. Pool Party 6, but that's one cool skin though.
Yeah, it's a cool party skin. Who doesn't like a party? And BB now having a time of his life now down in the mid lane. So even though he has kind of given up 1 kill to Firefox, but not too far behind in terms of minion score.
Yeah, I would expect Taipei Assassins to come in and actually go for some team fights early, especially once they hit some item thresholds. And look at that slingshot coming in from Morning, trying to hoping for Jay to actually pick up, or Fear to catch one of the champions, either Su or Xera's out of position.
It's kind of like Morning surprise. Morning surprise with that slingshot, wanting to just catch the bottom duo for Infinite and then go in for a gank, but they kind of just had that range to avoid that. And now Infinite wanting to go for a gank up in the top lane, but Archie having that Cougar form already is going to be quite mobile.
Yeah, feeling a lot safer when Nidalee actually hits level 6, being able to put on that Cougar form. And it's able to get away from most ganks and use the brush as a movement speed up. And we have the Spirit Rush coming in. Let's see if he lands the charm.
And there we go. Firefox now taking a lot of damage. And now BB getting dropped off after that Ignite. Now Insta securing that kill for Infinite there. And that's going to be one more kill given away by BB.
Yeah, BB a bit rusty in the mid lane here. It seems that despite that, the gold is still almost dead even on both sides, and it's mainly because of the amount of counter jungling that's coming in by Dinter, because Insta has been focusing a lot on ganking the lanes.
That's right, and now once again Morning having trouble with himself, and now Insta, is he gonna get caught out by the combination of Jay and Dinter? And it does look like he is quite safe, but he might have to give up the blue buff on the side of Taipei Assassins. Yep, and it does look like he will be happy with that. And Dinter now denying the blue buff away from Insta. And it's going to be quite crucial in a sense. You don't want to give Insta too much early level because you can just do so much work with that buy pick.
Yeah, and a good rotation coming in from Team Infinite, seeing that the team of the Azubu Taipei is actually taking the blue. They use this opportunity to actually try to take out Dragon.
And now look out, we do see Firefox in a bit of trouble. Now Su actually getting caught by the fear. Does look like it's going to be goodbye for him. And relentless on the chase. Morning now popping that let's bounce double kill for him. And Jay wanting to join the fray with the Crow Storm, but the party was over already in that sense.
Yeah, so that one dragon, and off that dragon, they actually managed to pick up 2 kills. Maybe able to get 3. Yes, they do. Azubu Taipei assassin BB actually manages to pick up his first kill of the game.
Right, dropping the bomb onto Xerath.
Extreme.
Extreme bombing action coming in from BB. And with this 4-man down in the bottom lane, it does look like they might be able to secure this turret for themselves. So if they manage to do that, a turret for a dragon, not too bad of exchange.
Yeah, Team Infinite was not able to do that dragon fast enough, and hence they actually got caught with the flash spear as well. And look at Poshka bullying Archie out of his lane.
And the ignite now landing onto Archie, but it does look like the Kruger from Archie letting him slip away into safety. Now Insta coming in with the assault and battery, and once again getting deleted now from Insta from the map. And Insta surviving with one small slither of HP. So a good comeback from Infinite in that one exchange.
Yeah, well, that was going on. Azubu Taipei Assassins actually pick up the first turret of the game, taking out the bot lane turret and bringing the goal lead to about, 600, 500 gold in their favor.
That's right, and it's quite crucial for them to have that small goal lead as well, because you want to snowball that small advantage into something great. It's not when you go into a team fight phase with such a scary wombo combo team combination from Infinite, then it's going to be quite troublesome for you to deal with.
Yeah, I really like what the Azubu Taipei Assassins are doing. They are actually allowing all 3 solo laners, Nidalee, Zac as well as Ziggs, to actually just kind of farm it out and do whatever they want in the lane, whereas the rotations coming in from Dinter as well as Jay on Fiddlesticks and Riven is actually, whoa, and the amount of damage coming in from RG, as I was talking about them, the great play coming in from the Azubu Taipei Assassins. So like I was saying, the rotations coming in from both sides is very strong and, kind of allowing them to pick up kills left and right.
Right, and now Morning just deterring some of the action coming down into the bottom lane, and we do see a good quick back and forth up in the jungle earlier. It does look like you don't want to mess with the Kruger in her own jungle. And now BB and Jay rotating back into the mid lane, but at the same time Insta moving in as well. Will we see some action? No, not just of yet. We do see BB going back, playing it safely. They don't want to risk to lose any of this disadvantages that they have already. So we actually do see Team Infinite in a goal lead, and that was cancelled straight away. So both teams now back on equal terms, just 12 minutes into this game.
Yeah, the dragon as well as the turret by Team Infinite earlier kind of brought them back in the goal lead. I mean, in terms, in respect to the kills, and we have actually Insta getting feared. They're preventing any sort of assault battery coming in from that crazy in-your-face initiation we were talking about earlier.
That's right. So good decision as well. If that fear didn't come in earlier, then they would have been in trouble, because Insta already has the assault and battery ready and available. And now it looks like they want to go in for this one. That's the assault and battery onto Jay. And it looks like Firefox will pick that up for themselves. Now Xerath going in with the D-box. Now BB actually picking up that kill for himself, but Dinter still dropping low. And now Firefox taking a ton of damage from BB. The charm lands, but it's going to be too late. The bomb was already dropped onto him, and Insta now has to run for his life. And I think he is going to be able to do so, but just teleporting back in this sneaky corner.
Crazy juke, because BB as well as Morning is still trying to figure out where Insta went, and he just, Volt Breakers off the wall and just blue pills back in the heart of the enemy jungle. And we have a pause coming in.
For all the viewers who are not too sure of what's going on, the Garena Premier League actually has changed the format from what it had previously to kind of the circuit point. So every match, every win kind of just matters in this game. As we hit back into gameplay, it does look like the Assassins have settled out their technical issues. So it does look like the game will resume from here now. Poshcup still pounding onto this top turret, and Archie just happy to stick around and deter some of this aggression coming in from them.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Poshka has been doing a pretty decent job kind of laning against Archie and allowing him to pick up the Sunfire K, making a tanky beast. So let's just see how everything plays out as they kind of get their bearings after that long pause, about a 5-minute pause. And let's just see what happens in the mid game, because I believe that the Dragon will be coming up in a minute's time, and that's where the next fight is going to be.
Right, I always kind of wonder what this whole team do when there's a pause going down. Maybe grab a cup of coffee, you know, get a sandwich, make sure that they are all revitalized and ready to go for the next, you know, the next long going match. As we do see Firefox now taking out their own blue buff and rotating, and once again a pause. And we are back into the match after what seemed like the longest pause of this century, but you know, nothing compared to what happened in the Season 2 World Finals. And we are going right back into the action as we see Morning and Dinter up in the top lane now, putting pressure onto Poshcup once again.
Yeah, that's right. And if you have just joined us, this is Team Infinite up against the Azubu Taipei Assassins. This is the GPL Week 2, Day 2, Game 2, and it seems that the teams are rather even at this moment.
Right. What I'm praying for right now is that there's no more disconnection, because it can be quite frustrating, and we do apologize to all you viewers out there patiently waiting. And right now, actually, we do see some good damage being put onto Morning there, and Insta now thinking of coming into the fray. But at the same time, Morning kind of sensed what is going on and decided to back off. So it does seem like Team Infinite will be able to take up this top turret. And at the same time, Archie and Jay putting some pressure down into the bottom lane. Kind of negating that pushing effect up in the top lane.
Yeah, as the top turret goes down, let's actually kind of take stock at what the teams are actually playing and what champions they have. We have in the mid lane Ahri, Firefox playing Ahri, and before that we may have an initiation coming in.
That's right, now Morning going in with the lag bounce, trying to get in onto Insta there, but he has kind of taken too much damage from there. So BB now dropping the bomb onto Team Infinite up in the top lane. Now Dinter going in onto Poshcup there, but the Wind Slice is not going to be able to take out anyone just as yet. And Jay now using the oracles to kind of deny vision away from Infinite in that exchange. And now Archie one-on-one against Su, and wow, with that one, that one swipe, putting in so much damage onto him, and at the same time Su putting in with that exchange of hooks quite even across the board. And now Insta up in the top lane, Assault and Battery onto Jay there, but at the same time his teammates not able to follow up. Now Dinter in some form of trouble, having to get out of there. Is he going to be able to move out of the way with the broken wings? So it does seem like he will be able to get out of there. But now Taipei Assassins wanting to go in for the counter initiation. Will they be able to get there? Now Jay with the fear. Does look like Poshcup will go down the exchange. Now BB on a rampage. And what good, counter initiation that was.
Yeah, it's a great satchel charge coming on for BB, being able to actually knock back Poshcup. And look at Archie dueling with Su here, the sustain, the barrier being popped very close. Archie picking up the kill, and Firefox coming in with the Spirit Rush to pick up Archie.
And that was some pure outplaying action down in the mid lane as well. You have to remember, Archie just juked out of the way with that ultimate coming in from Su, and once again using the flash to dodge out of Firefox's charm, and eventually going down 1-1. So not a bad trade overall.
Yeah, that's right. And once again, I just repeat, we just came out from a very long pause, and you have just joined us. This is the Garena Premier League, Southeast Asia's professional League of Legends league, basically. And we have Team Infinite up against the Azubu Taipei Assassins.
That's right, and both teams still relatively equal in the ground, but Taipei Assassins now slowly pulling their advantage after what, like you were mentioning earlier, what seemed like an eternity of a pause. And now coming into 20 minutes into this game, but still quite even, 1.4k apart for both teams.
Yeah, I really like the pick composition coming in from Team Infinite. They haven't really used it to the fullest of their advantage. And that's just, you know, like I said, how will these two team comps actually collide with each other?
And now Insta actually wanted to jump in onto Morning there, but Firefox now being readily available to follow up. But it does look like Insta was caught too deep into the enemy fray, and he went down in the process. So now TPA slowly gaining the advantage in this match. And now Dinter kind of in a dangerous position. The death sentence now led onto him, but the charm didn't really just quite follow up.
Yeah, that was a pretty pinpoint charm if you ask me, but well, I mean, Firefox, professional players still do make mistakes, and Archie dealing up here with Poshka. Poshka popping his dominance, and Archie forced to run away from after burning that ultimate.
Right, and now we do see Azubu Taipei Assassins with that rotation into the Dragon Pit. So one more objective down for them. So slowly stretching their goal lead to $2,500 and you know, having all this.
I wish I had $2,500 too.
I'm sorry, it's 2.5 thousand goal. I don't know why I said dollars.
Yeah, I think I know why, but I'm not gonna say on stream. But
so Taipei Assassins coming out, slowly stretching their goal lead, and this is kind of what they need in order to fight off against a pick composition, because you don't want to go up against an opponent with overly farmed, you know, having items advantage over you, because you're just gonna melt down in their skill rotation process.
And look at the pick comp trying to get in and try to catch Archie out, but the Kruger form coming in with the lead, the pounce allowing Archie to actually escape from that 3-man gang. It's a really scary roaming gang squad when you have Vi and Trash just walking up to you. I mean, the assault and battery into the death sentence, and if need be, the box can just really lock you down.
Right, the box. And in the meantime, we do have Firefox taking down that mid turret as well, so kind of trying to stop that leading wound and let them, you know, kind of crawl back into the game. But it's still anybody's game as of now, even though Team Infinite has a 5-kill deficit, if you want to call it that way, and having that one turret down for them as well.
Yeah, and Posh Cup actually backing off over there, managing to pick up the Ravenous Hydra. So that's going to give Renekton even more pushing power coming into the middle stages of the game.
Right, Dinter as well having his own Ravenous Hydra, and now Insta going in with the Assault Battery, and what a good flash from BB, just just leaving it over the wall, and now Firefox in some trouble. Now Firefox taking all this damage from BB, but eventually managing to survive. And up in the top lane, we do have Morning with the combined efforts of Dinter taking out Posh Cup in the meantime. And it does look like it's going to be Azubu Taipei Assassins free reign to put all this damage onto the top lane turret.
That's right, and Insta actually being called out by Jay on the fear, as well as the satchel charge, knocking him back and using the Vault Breaker just to barely dodge that bouncing bomb.
Right, and in the meantime, Morning took out the top inner turret as well, and now Insta in some trouble. And with the Crow Stomp just locking and moving into place, now BB is unstoppable with all this assist coming in from his teammates, and it does look like they will be taking out another inner turret as well. So all this action coming in within this 2 minutes, and once again a flash spear coming in from Jay. It does look like BB wanted to go in and knock Firefox back, but at the same time he recognizes that, you know, his teammates are quite low, so he didn't want to risk too much and decided to back off from there. So they are happy with this exchange.
Yeah, it seems that slowly but surely, the Azubu Taipei Assassins coming back from the pause, wanting to secure that snowball and actually get themselves that immense goal lead, trying to win out this game. And we have them taking out the middle Tier 1 turret, the middle Tier 2 turret, and now we have Archie split pushing in the bottom, taking out the Tier 2 inner turret as well.
Right, you know, just 1 minute ago we were saying, you know, the goal difference.
The game was even.
Yeah, it was quite even, but right now, this Taipei Assassin just proving me wrong, doing it assassin style, going in quick and swift and taking out all these objectives all so quickly. So it does look like Team Infinite is kind of in a pinch, so they have to quickly come back into this and make full use of their pick competition, like what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to get any wards in the jungle, and this kind of prevents Team Infinite from actually playing their composition to the fullest potential, because a pick composition, especially in this current meta, will thrive on the amount of wards that you can get, the amount of vision you can control in the jungle, in the areas in which you want to create the picks. And with the oracles that we are seeing now on Xerus, it allows you to clear out the vision and prevent the Azubu Taipei assassins from actually getting any sort of information about the picks.
Right, but that's the other thing that you have to kind of think about, is that if you have a pick composition and you know that the opposing player is kind of just dewarding by himself, you would want to go in, grab that opportunity, just pick someone right off the bat, and then start to snowball that back from that. And that's the strength of a pick composition, which is to punish rotations. But right now, at this point of time, Team Infinite not making full use of that strategy per se. They're just going in, going in for this 5v5, grouping up together, and kind of playing into Azubu Taipei Assassin's hands, like what we are seeing now. BB now popping that ultimate, putting on some good damage, and having Morning to follow up on that. Let's Bounce gets popped. Xerus now in the enemy territory, way too far in. Now Jay picks that up for himself. Now Dinter going in onto Posh Cup there. Slingshots get used, and Morning now with the relentless chase, and Dinter that one auto attack securing that for himself. And Archie now pouncing onto Su here with the Blade of the Ring King, but Insta rushing to his rescue there. Assault and Battery gets used now. Su, is he going to be able to pick up that kill onto Archie? That he definitely, yes he does, and that's quite a comeback from him in this bottom lane.
Yeah, that consolation kill can't be really called much of a comeback, because Azubu Taipei Assassins taking the commanding lead, especially in that engagement in the mid lane.
Right, and now Su once again taking a ton of damage from BB now with the
whoa, look at
Liandry's tournament. That's
bouncing bomb.
Did I say Liandry's tournament? No, Liandry's tournament. Yeah.
If Liandry's actually made a tournament, it's gonna be a lot of damage over time kind of thing going on.
Who can burn the most damage over time? Yeah, and now
winner gets the mask.
You get the mask? I kind of want the Liandry's tournament mask. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. Even though it's kind of bleeding on one eye.
Are you gonna bleed on one eye?
No, okay, sorry. I'm sorry I said that. No, I don't want to bleed on one eye. So Liandry's tournament being completed by BB. So all this extra damage over time, like you were saying, is putting on so much hurt onto Team Infinite here.
Well, what Team Infinite needs to do at this point of time is get that vision control back. Look at the amount of wards on the map right now for the side of the Azubu Taipei Assassins. They need to use the pick comp to their advantage. They are trying to kind of mill in and just see whatever tiny advantages they can get. They were hoping to get Dragon and brute force a 5-man Dragon and try to, get some global objectives and get the goal back in their favor. But of course, we have the Azubu Taipei Assassins just soloing Dragon easily and just, getting another global objective from themselves and snowballing the goal lead ahead.
That's right, and all this comes with the vision control that the Taipei Assassin have. Just look at the amount of deep wards they have, and they do manage to spot out just different members of Team Infinite as well in their own jungle. So all this vision control is just playing also well for them, and Dinter actually wanting to go in, and Morning once again going in with this slingshot. Now Insta gets bursted down also immediately. Dinter and everyone just following up onto that. Posh Cup being taken also low, and Morning, is he gonna go in with the slingshot? No, he decides to back off from there. So they are happy with that one kill that they had. So Taipei Assassin is playing Team Infinite in their own game, picking them off in their own jungle.
That's right, and look at the amount of vision they Team Infinite actually had in their jungle during that engage, and they still got caught out by the fear from Fiddlesticks, and that just kind of played into that thing, allowing them to take down Insta. And look at the amount of damage BB is putting out on Xerus, chunking him down and forcing him to back. And it seems that Azubu Taipei Assassins might be considering taking the Baron right now.
Right. We do have the purple Morning going up against the purple Baron.
Purple Morning and purple Baron. What about the purple surprise puppy build? Purple, I don't know.
Yeah, we're saying that all their members kind of look green, but they do look like they are quite purple. And now Insta getting caught out of position, and
what was he doing there?
He wanted to check the position for Baron and where Taipei Assassins were headed to. Well, he did find them. But
yeah, he also found his deathbed right there.
And now Archie, and this is what we were talking about earlier, all this split push potential coming in from Archie, just buying time for his teammates, making sure that No, Team Infinite can't react firsthand to this. And now Xerath with that flash death sentence landing onto Jay, and this is the fight that they are looking for with the pick. But BB now so far ahead with all this burst damage coming in. Double kill for him already. Now Firefox, even though he managed to pop that passive on onto Morning there, but eventually having to pay for it with his life.
Yeah, that charm is so essential on Ari now, especially in this current patch of the 3.13 patch. If you don't land that charm, you do not deal as much damage as you would deal in the past. And because that charm actually increases the amount of magic damage coming out from Ari itself. So Firefox hasn't been landing any of the charms so far that I've seen.
Probably an oversight on his sense, and Firefox, maybe because as well, not having that full early game start that he really wanted. And at this point of time, when you are so far back, what is going to be your mentality coming into this game?
Yeah, as you were talking about it, the mentality of Team Infinite is the morale is definitely going to be low. They need to just calm down, use the pick comp to their advantage, because a pick comp still can work if you are able to burst down a single target by picking him off in the jungle and the rotations.
I know what's the problem now. He's not using the Firefox RE. That's the root of the problem.
The root of the problem?
Yeah, the root of the problem.
Would you say it would be solved if he used the Popstar RE? If it was solved?
Let's not come back to that. And now we do see Taipei Assassin, just landing on hits after hits onto Baron once again. But this time around, Team Infinite ready to follow up onto the SVC. The death sentence now. Jay melting immediately onto that one. Morning bouncing all around. Now Poshka taking a ton of damage from the burn damage from the landing combos of BB. But at the same time too, putting on some good damage as well. Firefox now finally joining the fray. Is he going to be able to pick up BB from that one? Yes, he does. So overall, it's going to be a 2-for-3 exchange. But at the same time, what do we have? We do have Archie split pushing by himself down at the bottom lane. It does look like Infinite is not going to be able to stop that one. And at the same time, Morning jumping right back into the fray. He does go down in the process, but at the same time, he picked up 2 kills for himself.
Yeah, and look at Archie. He's still continuing to push down onto the Nexus turrets, taking one already down to half health. And now he just is willingly just backs off and, say, I've done my job. I've taken the bottom inhibitor turret as well as the inhibitor, and you guys didn't get the Baron, but overall...
It's K, I got this.
It's K, worth.
I got this,
Hashtag worth.
Hashtag worth. And now Archie gonna go back to base, probably gonna, buy some more items. Just gonna bulk himself up into an even scarier split pusher than he already is. And, having all this Cougar action across the board just, kind of just shows how strong Nidalee is still in the current patch.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just the fact that the Bruiser Nidalee is strong. It's also, kind of playing into the hands of the Trinity Force as well, giving so much additional attack damage every time you actually use a spell.
Right, so it just goes to show how much control Archie has at this point of time. Understanding the champion, and I think that's the most important thing when you play a split pusher like that. And the mentality might be quite scary for some of the players when they want to go for a split push strategy, that you are definitely alone. So what do you do when 5 members of the opposing team come charging towards you?
What do? You turn into a cougar and run away.
Start pouncing and running away, and that's exactly what he has been doing. And right now with this, minion wave pushing down at the bottom lane, so Taipei Assassins have the advantage if they want to once again go for the Baron.
Yeah, it seems that they are not willing to start the Baron, but they definitely do want to make a bait. And let's just see whether Team Infinite actually picks up on that, eats the bait. And if they do, the Assassins will win hook, line, and sinker.
Alright, this is what we were talking about. A good slingshot just locked into place now. Poshka actually doing some good work, just zooming out Dinter and Archie as well, but at the same time Morning doing some good work on the back lines. But at the same time, Archie, with all these items being completed on him already, is Poshka actually going to pick up? Yes, he does pick up 1 kill for himself. And the entire squad of Taipei Assassins quite low, but at the same time, they do manage to wipe out most of the members of Team Infinite there.
And looks like Archie is actually thirsting for blood. And will that javelin hit? No, it doesn't. And it seems that the Nexus turret got taken down by the minions.
That's right, so doing the job for their owners in this bottom lane. And now Dinter still not giving up, still going at it. And now Archie putting all this pressure onto Su here.
Will this javelin hit? Is he gonna throw javelin? Let's see. The javelin hits.
Oh,
and
but it,
okay, it's not AB literally.
It's not
I
AB.
kind of hyped up that javelin a bit too much there.
Yep. But nevertheless, at the same time, Dinter managed to pick up this top inhibitor turret. So once again, one more turret exposed, and means it does mean one more opportunity for them to push in and close out the game.
Yeah. So it's surprising that Azubu, the Taipei Assassins, is still constantly trying to go for the Baron, because at this point of time, I don't think they
No,
need
they are
the
baiting
Baron.
it. You have to understand. They did have that. They do have all these advantage, but they just want to go in for those baits and probably go in for a clean finish and then finish up the game from there.
I don't know. I think that split push strategy is working out for them so far. So, you know, let's just see what they do. Seems that they are ready to bait the Baron once more. And the entire team of Team Infinite is actually... Whoa, look at that. Hextech Inferno Bomb. Does that steal the blue buff? Yes, it does. VB gets the blue buff using his ultimate.
That's right. So Infinite once again, one more objective being robbed away from them. And will they take the bait once again? We do not know. And Porsche Cup lying around at the side, but Taipei Assassins full map zone vision control of it. And it does look like Taipei Assassins want to turn in on them, and now Firefox actually with the charm landing, and Insta has to run out for his life actually at half health. Going in with the assault and battery, but at a really low health, not too sure what he was thinking, but Porsche Cup getting melted down by the entire squad of Taipei Assassins now. Having to back up, and Dinter jumping onto Su, but Su actually has some good damage items completed. He might be able to turn in on this one. And now BB just using all this vision control to make sure that they have nowhere to run. Double kill for him.
Yeah.
It does look like Zeros is the remaining member. Will Dinter finish up the job?
I believe he will finish up the job.
Right, still chasing.
And while this chase is happening, the entire team of Azubu of the Assassins is actually milling down the mid lane, taking out the second inhibitor of the game. They may just go to Nexus and just end the game. After that long and extreme pause, we finally have the end of the game.
And you know, that pause just kind of, you know, softened them out. They probably got their sandwich.
They probably got their sandwich.
Yeah,
I didn't get my sandwich though. I'm not very happy about that.
Once again, one more kill for BB there, and another ace for them, and that was the game for Taipei Assassins there. And you know, what a formidable comeback after that long eternal pause. And I like
extreme pause.
Yeah, extreme
pause.
Extreme assassin pause right there. And you know, what a great game coming in from there. They pulled off the split pushing strategy really well, and you know, having all this baits at the Baron pit just paid off also well for them.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the most cleanest close coming in on the side of the Azubu Taipei Assassins, but they won the game nonetheless. A very interesting pickup in terms of Ziggs, and you know, the split push coming in from both Dinter as well as Archie kind of helped them secure that snowball as well as taking the tower. So I think that's it for game number 2.